Time for extra time. Fake Pulse Goals is in first. Says, does a goal like Schick's chip deflate a team more than a simple 5-yard tap-in, or does it feel the same either way, Don?
Great question, because it absolutely does. Because you think, why has a team just scored a goal like that only against us?
Stevie, Ezio says, Stevie said yesterday, you can't win the Euro in the first game, but you can lose it in the first game. Has Scotland lost their Euros?
Have a guess. Of course.
No?
What, no way back? No way back?
No.
Come on, 16 teams out of 24 make it through. You can't say that,
You're not going to qualify with 3 points. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. Probably,
Right.
yeah.
Scotland are not getting anything from the England game, and that means they've got one game left against Croatia, which they won't be favourites to, and even if they do win it, they'll have 3 points.
Did you go into Scotland-England games thinking that way, thinking we're not going to get anything from England?
Of course I didn't. But then we actually had half a decent team.
But this is a decent team as well.
We had a second leg. We had a second leg trailing 2-0. We beat them at Wembley. We never went in with that attitude.
Hold on a second. I'm not talking as a player here. I'm talking as a wizened old guy that's been seen it
as a miserable Scotsman.
Times. And I'll tell you what, I don't get paid to come up with a fanciful yes.
So will you...
Braveheart's going to come running through Wembley on his horse and jump off, and then whip the ball in and get his sword out.
So will you go
into the top corner?
Will you go now and put all your money on England beating Scotland?
Do you want that? Of course I would.
You wouldn't.
I would, sure.
You wouldn't.
Let me turn that around the other way. I wouldn't put a penny on us beating England.
All right.
Oh, doom and gloom.
So it's a panel of Scotsmen. Let's get an impartial view.
I don't want them to.
Because, you know, somebody might be overconfident. Stevie maybe just be double bluffing here. Frank Leboeuf, what do you think? Is Scotland's Euros over?
I'm afraid so. I know that Scotland can maybe draw against England, but I don't think they're going to win against Croatia. So you know, the pride will talk against England, and we've seen Scotland, you know, giving a hard time to England football-wise. But Croatia, I think Croatia will go back to their best and beat Scotland. So yeah, I'm afraid so. Yeah.
Derek, how does it work in terms of? I hope I'm not throwing you under the bus here, but because the third team can actually go through in a group.
Yep.
Is that reliant on your points total?
Points total, goal difference. So as Stevie said, 3 points might get you through, but it might not.
Right.
So goal difference would come into that as well.
What did you think it would be, a penalty shootout?
No, Joe. I'm trying to do the math on how many points we can actually get. Have we still got a chance of finishing third?
What percentage chance have we got?
Stop it! Of going through. Stop it!
The funniest is that you thought you were going to be throwing Derek Ray under the bus. He knows everything.
No, I know, but I didn't want to.
Let's see if he remembers what he said yesterday. Because he was asked a question yesterday about the chances of what percent would Scotland's chances against England.
Yeah, let's not go there, eh?
And he said 50-50.
Well, hang on, we are going there because Dan the Orange Man is in and says, Don, what percentage chance do you give Scotland to score their first goal at a major tournament since Craig Burley in their remaining 2 group stage matches?
Just scoring, so not actually winning, just scoring.
Just scoring.
Oh no, I'd be confident.
You'd be confident?
I'd be confident.
What percentage would you give?
I'd go 60.
60%?
I think they would score. I think they'll score.
Right. What percentage?
One's not going to be enough though.
We're just asking about a goal.
I'll go with Don.
What's the percentage, Stevie?
I'll go with Don.
It's 2 enough.
I'm not going to.
So what's your percentage?
I'll go with Don.
60?
All right, Derek.
70.
Yes, yes, Derek. That's what we like.
Bringing the positivity. Frank, from Frank Leboeuf. Frank, is the presence of Giroud the only possible downfall for the French team? Have him and Benzema resolved their spat over the go-kart Formula 1 argument? Good question.
I didn't get it. Sorry. So I'm reading right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Remember the comments about the Formula 1 and the go-kart argument between Benzema and Giroud? Is this been resolved?
Yeah. Well, they talked about it, and Benzema confirmed it. He said that they talked about it, and in fact they agreed, and you have nothing to do but agreeing with that. You know, I think Benzema is a Formula 1. And Giroud does his best, but he does his best very well. So it's maybe a cliche, but there is no contest that Benzema is a better, let's say, more accurate striker than Giroud is, you know, and can offer more possibilities than Giroud.
Let's pause there. It sounds like once again Frank is saying that everything's fine.
Have they had another argument? Is that another one?
That's one from way back. Yeah.
God, what's wrong with them?
Yeah. So, but they're not worried about it. The French. Maybe this is what makes them tick. I wanted to stick
about
with
that too. We'll talk about that after the German game. If we lose, I will find many problems. Don't worry. But so far, so good, guys.
Well, find me an answer to this one, Frank, because I'd love to ask you. From @FreeBurley says, was there anyone you played with who was average at his club, but who would come alive during international tournaments? I think Frank can understand me.
Not Frank.
I have to think about that. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while, so I have to think about it.
How about Craig Burley? How about Craig Burley? Would he fall in that category, Frank? Be careful now.
No, well, the thing is, Frank, is if you can't think of anybody, it probably is you.
Yeah. Look a little bit closer to home.
Well, that was mostly an accident. I wasn't planned in the script, you know. So I don't know. You know, it's more maybe Schilacci. You know, in the 90s.
Good shout.
The guy finished top scorer in the World Cup. We didn't know him before. We knew him during, and we lost it after. We lost him after. So Schilacci, I would say.
Toto Schilacci. Yeah.
Good shout.
Good one.
Who's the guy that played up front for Northern Ireland? Who's Northern Ireland's top scorer of all time, I believe, and played in the second.
David Healy.
Yeah.
David Healy. Yeah.
No.
Couldn't stop scoring for Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Couldn't score a goal in domestic competition.
And then there's just those who come alive. Podolski was one. There's those players that come alive during international tournaments.
You do have certain players who, for whatever reason, pull on that national team shirt and they deliver.
Yeah.
Inexplicable, isn't it?
Is there anyone who stands out for you, Don?
No, I can't think.
No, Don just doesn't want to throw anyone under the bus, isn't it?
Well, Burley got sent off, didn't he, in the last tournament, so it can't be him. Can't be Burley, can it?
How about he scored against Norway?
Yeah,
exactly. He did.
So you got to give him that.
Yep.
All right. Robert says, what are Derek, Stevie, and Don's thoughts on Celtic appointing, and I'll do the accent, Ange Postecoglou as manager?
Well, I think he deserves the chance. I think there has been a bit of a hue and cry among Celtic fans because they haven't heard of him. But he does have a track record, and he has a reputation for playing attractive and successful football. So, yeah, it's maybe a slight gamble. But I say, why not? You know, go for somebody who has got this track record, who is going to play football that will be attractive, but he does need support, and he really needs a sporting structure at the club that currently isn't there. And so that would be the question mark. But I don't really find fault with the decision to go with somebody who has a track record.
Guys?
I'd have to bow to Derek's knowledge. Absolutely. I know my European football, but I've not seen this guy perform.
You don't care about your Australian football?
I've not seen him perform.
Japan as well. He's done well in Japan.
Well, put it this way, I'm a Rangers fan.
Hope he fails.
And I wish they'd got somebody else. that tells you more than...
That sounds like you might be a bit worried there, Stevie.
I wish they got somebody else, and I'm a Rangers fan.
Sounds like you might be a bit worried. OK, Stephen Nagishi says, Derek, do you think Andre Silva will stay with Eintracht Frankfurt for another year, or is he going to be sold this off-season to a Champions League contender? Which big clubs do you think would be a great fit for him?
I think he's going to be sold. 28 goals last season and was fantastic. Many of them headed goals. So I think you would look for a team that plays a somewhat direct style, who can use a striker who's good in the air. But I think, unfortunately, the ship has sailed in terms of Andre Silva staying with Frankfurt since they're not in the Champions League. I think he would do well with an English club, but I think he would do well with just about any club. But you'd want him to play rather than being a striker who comes off the bench.
Milan could be a good fit.
Probably would, yeah. Well,
yeah. Be a good fit. No, after Zlatan could be.
Well, didn't maybe turn out the first time now.
Yeah,
right. This is a nice question. This is for our players. Usman Khan says, which current players do the boys liken themselves to? Don says he's like Trippier.
No, I didn't say that. I was struggling and I was trying to think of a jack of all trades.
Right.
That's why I said Trippier.
Right.
I was struggling to think of a better one.
Well, try and have a think.
All right, we'll pass it over.
I'll pass it over.
Right.
Stevie, who would you liken yourself to as a player?
When I was playing left back, I was a bit like Andy Robertson. Getting forward. Both sides. We'll go with Andy.
Good little leader.
Yeah, but you could play in the middle of the park as well. You could play anywhere.
Stevie could.
Yeah.
No.
I think in our day, Kay, we had to play anywhere. You know, I've played it right back, I've played it centre back early on. I then was a number 4, sitting in front of the back 4. Then when I captained Everton, I played as a 10. So you had the intelligence to actually just pick up a position and just play it.
Don Hutchison, total footballer.
Yes.
Total
like that.
footballer.
Might
Frank.
get that T-shirt made up.
Who would you liken yourself to?
I don't know. I think I'm an exception, so I don't know if I can be like somebody else. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Really, I don't
Silky
see.
football in centre half.
I would have loved to see myself in Van Dijk because I love Van Dijk, but I think I have only half of the quality that Van Dijk has. But he's not in the Euro as well.
So let me put it another way.
I'm really fan of him.
You've mentioned him. Is that who you would have liked to play alongside if you were to play now?
Oh, well, look, again, Van Dijk for sure. I would have loved, and I'm sure Steve will back me up, I would have loved to play alongside Sergio Ramos. Because I know he loves him.
I was going to go John Stones, Frank. Yeah. Would you be happy with John Stones?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Fantastic player. Yeah. No problem whatsoever. But you know, I played with Steve Clark. I played with Marcel Desailly. I played with many Jess Hope from Denmark. And you know what? It's how you handle the problem and how you react in half of a second in the duo. And I always found a way to enjoying, you know, the way I play with my teammates. So it's never been a problem. You have to talk, and it's always nice. And players alongside me are always been fantastic. I played with Daniel van Buiten, the Belgian player who played after for Bayern Munich. Well, the guy was absolutely fantastic. He was starting his career. He was listening to me because I was at the end of my career, and we made something great in Marseille. Everybody remembers just Van Buiten and Leboeuf at the back. So it's how you handle and how you bring something between the two players.
Another player, Derek, that killed Scotland. Do you remember that game?
Remember that game, yeah.
Played in it.
At Hampton, yeah. Late
Stop
in the game.
wasting time.
Sorry.
We've gone around the panel now. Have you had to think about who you like?
Stevie, help me. Help me. Who can play?
I think you've got someone in mind.
No, I haven't.
You might
No,
not
I'm
want
not,
to say
because I
it.
don't know, because I'm not arrogant. I'm not. Derek, come on, help
I'm
me.
not arrogant.
I had a
Suggest that
similar
there's someone who's
I've got
got
an
a strong
idea.
player in
question
mind.
yesterday.
Okay.
I trust Derek.
No, well, they're slightly different styles, but the fact that they're sort of attacking all-rounders, and I hope he likes this analogy or this comparison.
Charlie Chaplin.
No, Thomas Müller. What about
Yes.
Thomas Müller?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Bit of fun, got loads of energy. Thomas Muller.
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin. That's you. That's you, Charlie Chaplin. Look at him. I like Thomas Muller,
Thomas
Derek.
Müller.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you do, Tom.
I'm sure you will like Thomas Muller. That's a nice one, isn't it? Were you going to take that then, Thomas Muller?
I'll take that, absolutely.
Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers.
Gone way back
The Pink
now.
Panther.
Just showing the age of the panel. Right. William Martin says, for Don, would you rather go on as a sub for the last few seconds of a match?
We had this.
Oh, no,
Or eat
different.
a-
No, it's a different one.
Or eat a cheeseburger?
Oh.
See,
was
last
easy.
night I said the most embarrassing thing that happens to a footballer.
Yeah, we were all watching.
Yeah, getting put on for 30 seconds, not even touching the ball, and going back off. That's horrendous. But so is hot cheese. I hate hot cheese. Or like
You might be in the
burger.
wrong country for it, you know.
I'd say burger without cheese. It's fine.
What you say, hot cheese?
Yeah. I can't do it, Kay. I can't
Well,
do
would
it.
you, what if the burger had cooled down and then they put a slice of cheese on it?
No, I don't like it. No. Pizza, I'm fine. But it's the only thing I can get away with.
But that's hot cheese.
No, I know it is. I know it is. I don't want it on a burger.
So the burger's a problem.
I'm going on. Right, I'm going on as a sub.
You're going on as a sub for the last few seconds.
I'm not touching the ball, yeah.
All right, that was a good question. I'm sure there'll be more
Great question.
From that area. But anyway, we thank Frank, we thank Stevie, Don, and Derek for being with us, and all of you as well. It's been extra time. Make sure to watch ESPN FC, 5 p.m. Eastern. Every single day it will be live on ESPN Plus, and you can be joined by the likes of Thomas Muller. Kind of.
thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.